Reading Srimad Bhagavatam 428.6. Kanyopaguddhanasto Sri Kripano Vishayatmakaha Nasta Pragyo Sataishwaryo Gandharva Yavane Bala Kanya, but the daughter of time, Upaguddaha, been embraced, Nasta Srihi, bereft of all beauty, Kripanaha, miser, Vishayatmakaha, addicted to sense gratification, Nasta Pragyaha, bereft of intelligence, Rita Aishwaryaha, bereft of opulence, Gandharva, by the Gandharvas, Yavanehi, by the Yavanas, Balad, by force. Translation: when King Puranjan was embraced by Kalakanya, he gradually lost all his beauty. Having been too much addicted to sex, he became very poor in intelligence and lost all his opulence. Being bereft of all possession, he was conquered forcibly by the Gandharvas and the Yavanas. When King Puranjan was embraced by Kalakanya, he gradually lost all his beauty. Having been too much addicted to sex, he became very poor in intelligence. He lost all his opulence. In the bereft of all possession, he was conquered forcibly by the Gandharvas and the Yavanas. Purport by Divine Grace Sri Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. When a person is attacked by invalidity of old age and is still addicted to sense gratification, he gradually loses all his personal beauty, intelligence and good possession. He thus cannot resist the forceful attack of the daughter of time. Vishirnam swapurim vikshya pratikulam anadritan putran pautra anugamatyam jayam cha kata sohurdam. King Puranjan then saw that everything in his town was scattered and that his sons and grandsons and servants and ministers were all gradually opposing him. He also noted that his wife was becoming cold and indifferent. When one becomes an invalid, his senses and organs are weakened. In other words, they are no longer under one's control. The senses and sense objects then begin to oppose him. When a person is in distressed condition, even his family members, his sons, grandsons and wives become disrespectful. They are no longer under the command of the master of the house. Just as we wish to use our senses for sense gratification, the senses also require strength from the body in reciprocation. A man keeps a family for enjoyment. Similarly, family members demand enjoyment from the head of the family. When they do not receive sufficient money from him, they grow disinterested and ignore his commands or desires. This is all due to one being a Kripana, miser. This word Kripana is used in the 6th verse. It is in opposition to the word Brahmana. In the human form of life, one should become a Brahmana, which means that one should understand the constitutional position of the Absolute Truth, Brahman, and then engage in its service as Vaishnava. We get this facility in the human form of life But if we do not properly utilize this opportunity, we become a kripana, miser. A miser is one who gets money but does not spend it properly. This human form of life is especially meant for understanding Brahman. For becoming a Brahmana, and if we do not utilize it properly, we remain a kripana. We can actually see that when one has money but does not spend it, he remains a miser. He is never happy. Similarly, when one intelligence is spoiled due to sense gratification, he remains a miser throughout his life. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Gnanam Gana Shulakaya Chakshudam Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namah Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Satpitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Gadamam Dadati Swapadandikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Uttapada Kamalam Shri Gurum Vaishnavam Cha Shri Rupam Sagajatam Sahagana Raghunatam Vitam Tam Sajivam Shatvitam Shabhadutam Parajanam Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Shagam Vitam He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopisha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Shravanu Sukhadevi Pranamami Hare Krishna Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhuvevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Namaram Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Samiti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pacharine Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Paschatya Desatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shiva Shri Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So thank you very much for joining in our program. So, Puranjan was embraced by Kalakanya. Kalakanya happened to be the time I think you better sit down and listen. This time. You're not going to listen if you cut, If you're cutting, you won't listen. Coming here once a week. Correct? Yes? I am talking and you've been somewhere other different worlds. Understand? So it's very important to note here that having been too much addicted to sex, he became very poor in intelligence and lost his opulence. So sex life is not very conducive for spiritual life. So one who is addicted to sex life, which is the goal of human life now, everybody is simply very much geared to sex life. The whole civilization is based on nothing but sex life. Everybody thinks that is the main thing in life, to have sex. Yes? Huh? Put it away, never mind. Put it down. Don't need to cut. Put down. Hey, take all this away, you can cut upstairs. Take it all away. Hurry up. Go and put upstairs. So it says here that sex life is very detrimental for one who is making spiritual advancement. Practically, it is an obstacle. That's why it is explained in the scriptures that one associates with Maya, then he loses all his spiritual qualities. You understand? Yeah? When a person associates with Maya, then he loses all his spiritual qualities. The illusory material nature attracts the minute living entity to embrace her, and as a result he assumes form composed of her quality. Subsequently he loses all his spiritual quality and must undergo repeated death. See the point here? So anyone who embraces Maya, then he accepts Maya's quality and he loses all his spiritual quality. You understand? It is not that you embrace Maya, you're going to be happy. No. You're going to get, you say that subsequently he loses all his spiritual quality and must undergo repeated death. You understand? So the spiritual life and sex life, they are on different directions. They do not go well together. Because sense gratification is very detrimental. As he says this now, you lose your intelligence and you also lose your opulence. You understand? It is not that you gain all these things, no. Understand? This is explained here again. Or did I go live? Atmanam indriyartam cha param yat ubayorahi satyasaya upadha vai puman pashyati nanyata. When the soul exists for sense gratification, he creates different desires, and for that reason he becomes subject to destination. Do you understand what this means? Do you understand what this means? Huh? When the soul exists for sense gratification, he creates different desires, and for that reason he becomes subject to different destination. You know what does that mean? Huh?
Father, becoming father.
What?
Becoming father.
Become what?
Becoming father.
Father. He become a dog or cat or anything. What do you mean father? He becomes a dog, cat, what?
Different
Destination. Different destination means what? It takes different. Understand? Nicely put here, destination. You think what? Doctor, engineer, lawyer? Nonsense. You become an idiot dog, cat. Understand? Huh? But when one is in the transcendental position, he is no longer interested in anything except fulfilling the desires of the Lord. So the transgression is that he must become to the transcendental position. Then yes, otherwise he is entangled in different material kind of bodies. Yeah? When one's mind and senses are attracted to sense objects for enjoyment, the mind becomes agitated. As a result of continually thinking of sense object, one's real consciousness almost becomes lost, like the water in the lake that is gradually sucked up by the big grass straws on its banks. The water, straws on the side, the grass, they suck up the water, and the water dry up, finish. How it happens? It says here, when one's mind and senses are attracted to sense enjoying objects for enjoyment. Understand? Ultimately, sex life. The mind becomes agitated. As a result of continually thinking of sense object, one's real consciousness almost becomes lost. So when one goes into this position, when one deviates from his original consciousness, he loses the capacity to remember his previous position or recognize his present one. When remembrance is lost, all knowledge acquired is based on false foundation, and when this occurs, learned scholars consider the soul is lost. Finish. You become like an animal. You become like what? Animal. What is the life of an animal? Eating, sleeping, mating is the number one thing. Understand? That's all he thinks about. And of course, fearing. Ahara, Nidra, Bhayamaituna. These are the four things. So when we get into this kind of animalistic life, then there is no purpose. You may think, no purpose. The soul is lost. The soul is what? What does it mean that soul is lost? What does it mean when we say the soul is lost? You have to go put some, what? This phone you have, look for you. What? What is that? What is that loss? What is that loss? Huh? What does that mean, loss?
Lost to the material one.
Huh?
Lost to the material one.
That means that the soul does not know what to do, what not to do. It will simply do things which are meant for his own distraction. A completely gone. Animal, correct? Pasubir samam. Pasubir? Yeah, any use to be an animal? No? You understand? So you see how this is so classic. He explains. Is it that? There is no stronger obstruction to one's self-interest than thinking other subject matters to be more pleasing than one's self-realization. This self-realization is the number one thing, but to divert out of that, you understand? The whole Bhagavatam is speaking against sense gratification. The whole Bhagavatam is speaking. And you can see among the the 4 orders, 3 of them cannot have any contact with sense gratification. Brahmachari, Vanaprastha, Sannyas, no connection. Only one ashram. And that also is restriction. Only for the purpose of procreation. So sex life is very much curtailed. It is not, you see, it is explained. It is explained here also. Many times we have shown this verse. It's also explained here. It is here. Loka swayam shreyasi nasta drishti. Nasta drishti means loss is vision. Yonartha samheta nikama kamaha anyonyan vairye sukha lesa heto ananta dukkam. What is this ananta dukkam? Happiness. Unlimited happiness. Sukha lesa. Sukha again, little. Lesa means slight. Correct? Chana Veda Muddaha. Is it what? Mudda means what? Scholar. Mudda means what? A fool. You see this verse, even you don't know Sanskrit, is simply, see, Sukha lesa hetu, simply for temporary material happiness. Is that? Due to ignorance, the materialistic person does not know anything about his real self-interest, the auspicious path in life. He is simply bound to material enjoyment by lusty desires, and all his plans are made for that purpose, for temporary sense gratification. Such a person creates a society of envy, and due to this mentality, he plunges into the ocean of suffering. Such a foolish person does not even know about this. Okay? This is the result of, what is that? Huh? If you want to go that way, you're going to get many problems. You're not ananta dukkam, right? And not only now, the new thing, it creates a society of envy. Huh? It creates a society of, which is happening, you can see. Because sex life creates all the bad qualities. And envy, lust, anger, greed, envy, right? One thing after the other. These are all the what? Kama adina. The what? The followers of Kama. Correct? Understand? So you see how detrimental and polluting this sex life is. He loses his intelligence, he loses his what? Opulence, he loses his life, he loses his what? Huh? And he goes into unlimited miseries, and he becomes envious. I mean, terrible, yes. So you can see here again, there is another very important verse, and all these verses are so important. The 7 what? Maitunadi. 7? In this verse, you see, Yan Maitunadi Grahamedi Sukham Hai Tucham. The Sukham Hai Tucham means very limited pleasure. And that's what Maitunadi Grahamedi, the one who is interested in sex life. And it says here, Kanduye nena karayoreva dukkha dukkham. Understand? It comes to what? Dukkha and dukkham. What is that? What does that dukkha, double dukkha means what? As in mathematics, dukkham square. Yeah, you study maths, right? Dukkha square. What does that mean?
It's a whole.
Yeah. Dukkha, dukkha in Sanskrit. Trapayanti neha. He can never be happy. Trapayanti neha. Trapta means what? Satisfied. Trapayanti neha means what? Never satisfied. Yes, because sex life can never be satisfied. Yes, the more you do, the more you want to do. The more you do, more entanglement. And you see the word here, next word? Trapayanti neha krapana. What does krapana means? Huh? He becomes a miser. He becomes a what? He does not become a brahmana. He becomes a miser. Bahu means what? Unlimited. Unlimited. Dukkha bajaha. In other words, he never satisfied. He becomes a kripana, a miser, and he is full of what? Miseries. Kandutvena manishijam visheheta dhira. How many dukkhas in this verse? In this verse, how many dukkhas? Please count. 1, 2, 3. Oh, only 3. Not so bad, huh? Only 3. Huh? Let's see the translation. Sex life is compared to the rubbing of 2 hands to relieve an itch. Grahamedis, the so-called grahasthas who have no spiritual knowledge, think that this itching is the greatest platform of happiness, although actually it is source of distress. The Krapanas, the fools, are just the opposite of Brahmanas and are not satisfied by repeated sensuous enjoyment. Those who are dhiras, however, who are sober, who tolerate this itching, are not subject to the sufferings of fools and rascals. So you see how this sex life is very detrimental. It brings about so many miseries. What is this miseries? You can ask this question. What is this miseries? I don't see anybody suffering. Everybody is very happy. Yes? Yes. They seem to be very happy. What is the suffering? Where is the suffering? Huh? What is that? You can see here in this verse, when you go into this mode of passion, you develop all these bad qualities. These are the bad qualities you develop: material desire, great endeavor, audacity, dissatisfaction even in gain, false pride, praying for material advancement, considering oneself different and better than others, sense gratification, rash eagerness to fight, a fondness for hearing oneself praised, the tendency to ridicule others, advertising one's own prowess and justifying one's action by one's strength are qualities in the mode of passion. Intolerant anger, stinginess, akrapanaha, speaking without scriptural authority, violent hatred, living as a parasite, hypocrisy, chronic fatigue, quarrel, lamentation, delusion, unhappiness, depression, sleeping too much, false expectation, fear and laziness constitute the major qualities of the mode of ignorance. You see that? In other words, you go in this line, these are all the things you're going to develop. You're going to get into all this? What? Bad qualities. You're going to get what? Bad. So it is not a very good way to live. You like to live with always headache? Yeah? Oh Prabhu, please, today I want headache. Do you do that? You do that. I'm becoming like Queen Kunti. Give me more and more problems. Because I got problem, I'll be thinking of you. Is it? Think. Nobody wants these things. You understand? Nobody can live with these things. So this is all the pitfalls of getting into sex life. And to enjoy sex life, you need money, correct? What? Money? Money is the honey, they say, right? They sing also a song like that. Yeah. For human society, constantly thinking how to earn money and apply for sense gratification brings about the destruction of everyone's interest. When one becomes devoid of knowledge and devotional service, he enters the species of life like those of trees and stones. This is the result of constantly thinking of. See how detrimental this all is. And not only that, you see here again, another place, this money is thinking of money, money. These are the qualities of trying to get into money. When one is trying to always think of getting money, this is the qualities you will get. Theft, how to steal, violence, committing violence, speaking lies. What? Speaking lies. Duplicity, lust, anger, perplexity, pride, quarreling, enmity, faithlessness, envy, and the dangers caused by women, gambling, intoxication are the 15 undesirable qualities that contaminate man because of greed for wealth. Although these qualities are undesirable, man falsely ascribes value to them. One desiring to achieve the real benefit of life should therefore remain aloof from undesirable material wealth. You understand this? This is very detrimental, all these bad qualities. You develop all these bad qualities, then how you can actually have peaceful mind? That's not possible. Then all this is coming from what? Coming from what? Sex life. Coming from what? Sex life. See how contaminating it is. But everybody is thinking, no, this is the goal of life. Actually, the goal of life, human goal of life is this: how to become a Brahmana, not to become a Kripana. Two different words, Kripana and Brahmana. Brahmana means one who develop all the good qualities, right? Yeah. The Brahmin quality is explained here in the Bhagavad Gita. These are the qualities of the Brahmana. Sama, Dhamma, Tapa, Saucham, Chantirajyavameva cha, Jnanam, Vijnanam, Astikyam, Brahmakarma, Subhavajam. Peacefulness, self-control, austerity, purity, tolerance, honesty, knowledge, wisdom, religiousness, these are the natural qualities by which the Brahmanas work. These are all the transcendental qualities, correct? But if you become a Kripana, as explained, you get all the bad qualities. So how to develop this? How to develop these qualities? While thus engaged in thinking, Brahmaji heard twice from nearby in the water two syllables joined together. One of the syllables was the 16th and the other was 21st of the Sparsa letters, and they joined to become the wealth of the renounced order of life. Purport. In Sanskrit language, the consonants are divided into two groups, namely the Sparsa Varnas and the Talavya Varnas. From Ka to Ma, the letters are known as the Sparsa Varna. Ka, Gha, Gha, And the 16th letter of the group is Ta, whereas the 21st letter is Pa. So when they are joined together, the word Tapa or penance is constructed. This penance is the beauty and wealth of the Brahmanas and the renounced order of life. According to Bhagavad philosophy, every human being is man simply for this tapa and for no other business. Tapa means what? Austerity. Human being is man simply for tapasya and for no other business, because by penance only one can realize itself. And self-realization, not sense gratification, is the business of human life. This tapa or penance was begun from the very beginning of the creation, and it was first adopted by the Supreme Spiritual Master, Lord Brahma. By tapasya only can one get the profit of human life, and not by polished civilization of animal life. The animal does not know anything except sense gratification and the jurisdiction of eat, drink, be merry and enjoy. But the human being is made to undergo tapasya for going back to Godhead, back home. When Lord Brahma was perplexed about how to construct the material manifestation in the universe and went down within the water to find out the means and the source of his lotus seed, he heard the word tapa vibrated twice. Taking the path of tapa is the second birth of the desiring disciple. The word upashronot is very significant. It is similar to the upanayana, or bringing the disciple nearer to the spiritual master for the path of tapa. So Sri Brahmaji was thus initiated by Lord Krishna, and this fact is corroborated by Brahmaji himself in his book, in the Brahma Samhita. In the Brahma Samhita, Lord Brahma has sung every verse, Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. Thus Brahma was initiated into Krishna mantra by Lord Krishna himself, and thus he became a Vaishnava or a devotee of the Lord. Before he was able to construct the huge universe, it is stated the Brahma Samhita that Lord Brahma was initiated into the 18th letter Krishna mantra, which is generally accepted by all the devotees of Lord Krishna. We follow the same principle because we belong to Brahma Sampradaya, directly in the disciplic chain from Brahma to Narada, from Narada to Vyasa, from Vyasa to Madhava Muni, from Madhava Muni to Madhavendra Puri, Madhavendra Puri to Ishvara Puri, and from Ishvara Puri to Lord Chaitanya, and gradually to Divine Grace, Bhakta Siddhanta Saraswati, our Divine Master. One who is thus initiated in the disciplic succession is able to achieve the same result of power of creation. Chanting of this holy mantra is the only shelter of the desireless, pure devotee of the Lord. Simply by such tapasya or penance, the devotee of Lord achieves all perfection like Lord Brahma. So you understand this point, that by austerity only, then only you come to the mode of goodness. By tapasya you come to the mode of see the word tapo divyam putrakayena sattvam sudayat yasman brahma saukyam to anantam. You see that? Tapo divyam is not some material tapasya, Tapo divyam, transcendental austerity. In other words, an austerity for the purpose of getting attached to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Now doing some tapasya for some demigod is also austerity, but that kind of austerity is not, you understand, taken into consideration. So here, when you do this transcendental austerity, Putraka is talking to his son, 100th son, Yena Sattvam. Yena Sattvam means what? You come to the mode of goodness. Sudayat Yasman, when you become purified, Brahma Saukyam ta Anantam. Brahma Saukyam, you can see here. Lord Rishabhdev told his sons, my dear boys, of all living entities who have accepted material bodies in this world, One who has awarded this human form should not work hard day and night simply for sense gratification. This is what exactly everybody is doing. Correct? They go in, they don't know it's night, the sun is not up yet, and then when they come out, the sun is also not there. Yeah? Correct? Yeah? They don't know day or night. They don't know, because they are so caught up in this working like an ass. Yes? Huh? Which is available even for dogs and hawks that eat stool. They think we are speaking very heavy word, but this is the verse. This is from the Bhagavad, not my word, Huh? It's from who? Who? God Himself speaking, Rishabdev. One should engage in penance and austerity to attain the divine position of devotional service. So by doing this tapasya, you come to the point of becoming to the mode of goodness. And only in the mode of goodness you can transcend to the mode of transcendental goodness, which will eventually, when by such activity one's heart is purified, and when one attains this position, he attains eternal blissful life, which is transcendental to material happiness, which continues forever. Unlimited happiness. Not like this now. We read. What we read? Bahu dukkha bhaja. Ananta dukkam. Correct? Here is what? Ananta sukham. Ananta sukham from going to God, Krishna. Understand? Says here, austerity is the purpose. First thing that Lord Brahma heard was what? Take rest. What did he? What is the thing he heard first thing? No, Brahma, you are made nice petal for you. You sleep. Is it? What did he hear? Austerity. Understand? Austerity is the word. You practice austerity. Understand now? Austerity leads you to goodness, to becoming what? A perfected soul. Not only that, you see here, again in another place, Durapa hai alpa tapasha. There's another way. Durapa hai alpa tapasha. What does this mean? Seva vaikunta vatmasu yatropi gayate nityam deva devo janardanaha. Persons whose austerity is meager can hardly obtain the service of pure devotees progressing on the path back to the kingdom of God, the Vaikunthas. Pure devotees engage in 100% in glorifying the Supreme Lord, who is the Lord of all the demigods and the control of all living entities. Now what is this saying here now? We know that we have to do austerities, correct? Yes? Austerities will lead you to goodness, correct? Right? But what is this saying here? What's something new? What is this? Persons whose austerity is meager can hardly obtain the service of pure devotees. What is this now? Something new? In other words, not only you come to goodness when you do austerity, but when your austerity is less, you cannot come in contact with pure devotees. Understand? You cannot come in contact with. When your austerity is, I would say, you have done a lot of austerities, then you will come in contact with the two meaning. One meaning is that if your austerity is meager, alpa tapasya means you cannot come in contact with the pure devotee. But if your austerity is what? Unlimited, then you will come in contact with the. Why you have to come in contact with the pure devotee? Why? Huh? Yeah, this verse is very important. Shrushrayoho Shratadanasya Vasudeve Kata Ruchi Syan Mahat Sevaya Vipra Punya Tirtha Nisevanad. O twice born sages, by serving those devotees who are completely free from all vice, great service is done. By such service, one gains an affinity for hearing the messages of Vasudeva. You understand now? If you come in contact with the pure devotees, then your heart will become what? You will get a chance to become attracted to what? Hearing about. We all have understood that unless we go to God, we cannot become purified. Correct? We will be on the other hand attracted to mundane sense gratification. Correct? So now the cure for that is to come to Krishna. Because if you come to Krishna, then you will give up this sense gratification. Right? Just like it is here, we will come back here again. In this verse you see, constantly thinking of sense gratification is very detrimental. We have already explained that at length. You can see here, the mind of one meditating on objects of sense gratification is certainly entangled in such objects. But if one constantly remembers me, then the mind is absorbed in me. You see this point? So when one thinks of Krishna, one starts thinking of Krishna, Sanvata Swakata Krishna Punya Shravana Kirtanaha Hridya Antasto Abhadrani Vidunoti Shruhat Satam. Sri Krishna, the personality of Godhead, was Paramatma, the super soul in everyone's heart and the benefactor of the truthful devotee, cleanses desire for material enjoyment from the heart of the devotee who has developed the urge to hear his messages, which are in themselves virtuous when properly heard and chanted. So when you associate with the devotees, you develop a desire to hear Vasudeva Kata Ruchi. Correct? So when you desire to hear about Krishna, then all the material enjoyment in the heart of the devotee becomes cleansed. In other words, the desire for enjoying material sense gratification is become purified. You see the process? I have tried to explain to you how sex life is very dangerous, correct? Yes? And I have also explained how to come out of that. Yes? Yes. And I have also explained the result of taking shelter of Krishna. Correct? Yes? So if someone don't want to do this, then they are very unfortunate. Very? See? That's why it says, someone who don't want to do this, then it's very, very unfortunate. Then he is like this. My dear Uddhava said, my dear Krishna, generally human beings know that material life brings great future unhappiness and still they try to enjoy material life. My dear Lord, how can one in knowledge act just like a dog, an ass or a goat? In other words, if he doesn't want to listen, then he is no better than a dog or an ass or a goat. If you don't want to accept, I don't care, I don't want. It's very unfortunate. Yes? So therefore, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has made it very simple. The austerity of Kali Yuga is to what? Chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. This is the austerity you need. You don't have to do anything else. Because you have to follow many other rules which will come to you the moment you start chanting. That's the austerity. If you can just do that, then yes, you are very safe. But if you don't want to do that, then it's going to be very pathetic. Material life is going to be overwhelming, your intelligence will be lost, and you will be again going to repeated birth and death. Yes, the consequence. Any questions on this subject?
Because of our austerities, we get to meet a pure devotee. So there are the devotees who are falling short also after they meet a pure devotee.
What that again?
So because of our austerities, we are getting a chance to associate with pure devotee. But then there are devotees who fall down, and they are also approaching a pure devotee, right? And then they fall down. They don't follow the path, right? So why is that happening?
Why is that happening? So here the word Jiva Himsa, envy of other living entities, actually means stopping the preaching work of Krishna consciousness. Preaching work is described as paropakara, welfare activity for others. Those who are ignorant of the benefits of devotional service must be educated by preaching. If one stops preaching and simply sits down in a solitary place, he is engaging in material activity. If one desires to make compromise with the Mayavadis, who is also engaged, he is also engaged in material activity. A devotee should never make compromise with non-devotees. By acting as a professional guru, mystic yogi or miracle man, one may cheat and bluff the general public and gain fame and wonderful mystic. But all these are considered to be dust, straw and grains of sand within the heart. In addition, one should follow the regulated principles and not desire illicit sex, gambling, intoxicants or meat. You understand? If you don't preach, then again you may fall down. Yeah? You see here? Unless one is enlightened by the knowledge given by the spiritual master, he cannot see things as they are, even though he remains constantly with the spiritual master. So if you are not going to learn and get this knowledge, then you will be in trouble. Yes? This incident as Kaliya Daha is very instructive for those eager to advance in Krishna consciousness. You follow? This is here. Yeah? Unless one is enlightened, you may constantly sit with the spiritual master, but you're not getting any knowledge, then you follow? Understand? So you know why this happens? Because the disciple is not taking it seriously. If he does not follow the order of the spiritual master, then if he disobeys, then how is he going to make progress spiritually? You understand? You cannot try to invent. Yeah? I think I just sent some message like that, no? I just sent something. I can read to you. I don't know. I don't have my Prabhupada is saying here, Srila Prabhupada, but if he makes addition, alteration, then he is finished. No addition, alteration. If you concoct, I am very intelligent than my guru, I can make addition or alteration, then you are finished. Right? Prabhupada, yes, this is the order. Guru Mukha Padma Vakya Chittete Korya Akya. When now Chitta means consciousness of heart, I shall do this only bas. My Guru Maharaj told me I shall do this. Chittete Korya Akya Arna Koriho Mane Asa. So it is not my pride, but I can say for your instruction, I did it. Therefore, whatever little success you see, that then you see then all my God brothers. It is due to this. I have no capacity, but I took it, the words of my Guru, as life and soul. So this is a fact. Guru Mukha Padma Vakya Chittete Korya Akya. Everyone should do that. But if he makes addition, alteration, then he is finished. No addition, alteration. You have to approach Guru. Guru means the faithful servant of God, Krishna. Take the word how to serve him. Then you are successful. If you concoct, I am very intelligent than my Guru, I can make addition or alteration, then you are finished. So that is the only. And now sing further. You understand? So you change, then you are finished. I know more than my Guru. Then clear? July 12, 1975, Prabhupada. I think I sent that to everybody. Yes, you got it? So you see how you can go astray. If you don't accept, then I explain, material desires will come into the heart.
So those people, even though they did austerities, they found the path, but they didn't make use of it.
Those who do austerities?
So directly, they did some austerities to reach to Prabhupada, but then they didn't make use of it.
When you got the austerity to meet Prabhupada, it is not the meeting, it is the hearing the instruction. And if you try to not hear his instruction, as just now I read, unless one is enlightened by knowledge given by the spiritual master, he cannot see things as they are. What to speak if you disobey? Then you become useless. Right? You cannot think that you are more than Guru. That's finished. You understand? This is the pitfall, the downfall. The moment you think you are more advanced than Guru, that's it. Everything is finished. You can see that. You are seeing, right? How clear it is. So it's very important. If you don't know, then you please associate people who know. If you don't keep the right association, then you also cannot advance. If you go with people who don't know, then what you will get? Huh? You will be in misery. Correct? That's why it says you need to associate with the right kind of association. Correct? If you associate with people who are offensive, then what will be your position? You know the verse, you're boarding a stone boat. People who are ignorant leading, you know the verse? Leaders who have fallen into ignorance, who mislead people by directing them to the path of destruction, as described in the previous verse, are in fact boarding a stone boat. And so too are those who blindly follow them. A stone boat would be unable to float and sink in the water with its passengers. Similarly, those who mislead people go to hell and their followers go with them. Do you want to take this kind of boat? Yes. Spiritual life is walking on a fine what? Line. If you try to mess around, finish. That's why Prabhupada said, I took the order of my Guru as my life and soul. He never changed. Yes? So be very cautious. So those who may have even stayed with Prabhupada and associated so much, what is going on now? Correct? That is for you to decide. Anything else? All right, we stop here then. Thank you very much.